god, you guys, these are actually changing.
Hey everybody, welcome, willkommen to your psychic tarot reading with me as we open up the energies of your download through the tarot. We have a very special setup today. Things are pretty crazy. I'm filming this leading up to a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So things have just been super eclipsy, very surreal. And but we're gonna get your message out. We're gonna pick it from the little makeup garbage cup. So let's take a look and get started. I will offer a little tidbits of eclipse guidance as it's coming through. Let's see. Oh, actually, I wanted to make it so that you guys saw that this, I'm not like changing it out or anything. That's the thing with this eclipse too, is the suspiciousness of Scorpio. So, but trust, this is the same one that I picked up. Okay. This one came through May the 4th. Cheering daughter. Oh my gosh, that's right. Cheering daughter on horse to make. Oh, so there's actually another line to this download, but I think when I was cutting these up, I was doing it like on a live stream and I just wasn't really just paying attention. Okay, so, but I remember this download. So this download came through for you guys on the 4th, and she showed me that scene with Gone with the Wind where Rhett and Scarlett, they have this daughter and she rides horses, and they're like, she showed me this father cheering on the daughter on the horse. So she's on that pony and she's trying to, you know, I mean, it's a bit of a different, you know, bit of a different outcome for that movie. But this is an energy. This is also Mercury retrograde. This is an energy of rooting something on. You want something to make it, and it could be something that's like super precious to you. This could be, you know, a child of yours. This can be a creative endeavor. This can be someone that you just really care about, that you just really want them to do really well, or it's something that you've created, some preciousness that you have in your life that you just want it to do really well. You want them to be very well taken care of. Whatever it is, whatever your thing is, this could be, you know, this could be anything that you're developing, an artistic project. Maybe you're putting together a musical album and you're just like putting all your love into it. So let's take a look at the tarot that wants to open up for you guys. So just remember that this, if you're watching this around May 2022, this eclipse is, it's pretty gnarly. It's one of the gnarliest lunations of the entire year of 2022. So, okay, so it's going to deal with everything Scorpio, which is very uncomfortable for the moon. The moon, our emotions, we just want to relax. We want to chill. We want to be comfortable. So the moon in Scorpio is very uncomfortable. There's a lot of discomfort, a lot of difficult, crunchy energy, and it's like the last thing we want. We just don't want to have to be suspicious. We don't want to have to be, you know, anything more than just relaxed. So it's a pretty big deal, and there is this, with any full moon or total lunar eclipse, you're going to have this unveiling, this big reveal. But with Scorpio, with the eclipse happening in Scorpio, it's going to be a reveal of something that was just dug really, really deep. It was hiding so, so deep beneath the surface. So that could be physically, that you're physically, I don't know, cleaning, throwing things out, and you're just getting into the depths of that closet, or getting into the back of your refrigerator. You know, it's just got that quality to it. So anyway, so yeah, things that get revealed at the lunar eclipse is going to be stuff that's been buried, man. It's been buried. What's the total? It's the strongest energy. And you guys know that for me, any kind of lunation in Scorpio, Taurus, always just kind of, I just noticed messes with my internet. So we're just doing a little pre-record action right now. Let's see, 3 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles. This is interesting. This is really taking your time regarding either who you associate with or the, I love this view. Look at this these beautiful holographic cards. Okay. Sorry, I just needed my own little moment here. Being really careful with the groups you're a part of, the alliances that you make, and what you are going to. This is like you're taking such good care of yourself. You love your business, you love your family, you love yourself, you just take, you eat all the good healthy things, you stay hydrated, maybe you even take care of a little pet, and you just really dote on this pet, or you dote on this, whatever you put your passions into, you take really good care of it. Very well stocked, I'm getting, very well taken care of. So I feel like 3 Pentacles, first energy out, and they're minor arcana, which means it's more in your own volition, it's more in your own free will. You are very conscious about either who you're hiring, who you're working with, who you're working for, who you are hiring to assist you or work on some kind of project. It's just like being very deliberate with this. Very nice. Very, very nice. I like that. Very nice. Okay, what's the next energy? Another detail for this. Okay, more pentacles, but we've got a gnarly 10 of swords, and we have a very sensitive Queen of Cups here. And we're going to open these up more with the other decks. So, oh, and because I always forget to say any of a spiel, if you'll notice, I have hundreds of tarot reads over 2 cups of fancy coffee. So on my Patreon, 1111 excuse me, 1111 gets you hundreds of tarot readings, and it just costs like 2 cups of like super fancy coffee. So anybody interested, I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate your patronage. Any tier that you're on, for any amount of time that you're on that tier, it helps this work continue. So thank you very, very much to everybody. Okay, so this is, here's the best of this card is that the worst of it is over. The absolute worst. It's almost like a swift ending, but it's been dying for a long time. Get some water here. Okay, so it's been on its way. Okay, she's giving me black humor with this. Something about this energy going, like, see how the rays go up and out, but they're black, dark rays. I'm getting that humor is going to help you a lot through this, whatever is ending and whatever you're reconciling. So you or someone else around you, they don't have to be a Pisces or a Cancer or a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. They can be, but they don't have to be. I feel like this person is accepting something mentally about the future. About the future. We'll get more. We'll open it up. I want one more spot. Anything else that's supposed to come through. Okay, the Chariot, our first major arcana. 5 of Pentacles. Oh, damn. Okay. All right. I see how it is. All right. So, all right. She's just showing me a lot about Gone with this movie, with that scene with the daughter and everything. This energy, this is the test. So this would be like he cheers her on. He's like, hey, you're doing great, keep going. Now with this added element, now this would, a next layer to that scene would be, if I were the director, I would tell the little girl that your dad never talks to you. He only talks to you when you're riding this horse. You've got to make this jump. So now there's some subtext. Okay, so here he is, lovely daddy-daughter moment. This is just an example. I'm just like giving you what my download is. He's cheering her on. But now there's this Pluto, Scorpio, what's really under the surface that's activating and influencing the situation, but not overtly, not obviously. Okay, your dad never gives you any attention, only when you succeed, only when you make the jump, only when you're riding this damn pony. Boom, now we have another layer of subtext, of what's really churning beneath the surface. This is a little bit, this is where the parents, Rhett and Scarlett, are fighting about her. Fighting over her affection, her success, her identity, her ego. But it's really about the two parents fighting back and forth. So now there's all of this on this little girl. You know what? Okay, whatever you are really loving so much and that's so precious to you, it may be under immense stress or outright attack, but there's just, it doesn't have to be. You need to take a look at whatever is going on under the surface with this, because it's getting, wait, that's not right. Because it's getting, like, you think like, yeah, I'm making my musical album, or I'm drawing this mural, or I'm painting this picture. Boom. Oh, wait. Boom. Boom. And then maybe you're like, yeah, because no one's going to talk to me, or no one's going to sit with me at the lunch table unless I do this. And then you're like, boom, I really want a certain person's attention. And I'm like compulsive about whatever I'm doing about this success, because I just like, there's some kind of deeper test going on. There's some kind of deeper motivation for something, but it's hidden in something that's very precious to you. So I feel like, oh, she's showing me, okay, I like those extraction videos where they take out like ingrown hairs with tweezers, and like, I like that stuff. So she's showing me that. So it's like, you got a beautiful piece of skin, a beautiful patch of skin. How many Mercury retrograde voices am I going to have? You got a beautiful patch of skin, right? Like this, whatever you love. And there's a little bump. Little bump. You try to exfoliate lightly. But then like now you've got enough content for an extraction video. It's gotten bad. It's deep in there. This hair has been, oh sorry, this is so gross, but this hair has been growing circularly for like, I don't know, a long ass time. But once you pull it out, once you heal that up, you know, put some, you know, take care of it, then you have that beautiful patch of skin again. And don't worry about scarring. Don't worry about texture. Texture is beautiful. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay, so what matters is that you're healthy and that you feel good. So let's open this up. Let me look at the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and we've got, ooh, the Emperor. Okay, so I'm getting someone extremely strong-willed, maybe infantile, because the other person is showing up super logical and like clear, precise, rational, empirical. Like this Queen of Swords person could be speaking to empirical truths. This is what happened. This is what didn't happen. You did or you didn't. You said or you didn't say. It is or it isn't. This is what's written. This is what's proven. This is what's there. This person feels super way emotional for me. They might actually be seeing red, and I don't know if they're, I don't think this is like a leader. I think this is like maybe a little bit tyrannical, a little bit absolute. This person feels very absolute. And with the Two of Pentacles overall, you and this person, or if you're a part of these two people, like, you know, if you're the little girl and your dad, let's see, your dad would be the Queen of Swords, Rhett Butler, and then your mom would be the Emperor, would be freaking Scarlett freaking O'Hara. Fuck. And you might be what they're arguing about. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very, I don't like this. I don't like this kind of power play. Especially if children and babies are involved. It's like really, really freaking painful. It's very painful. Okay. Now let's open up the energies with the other tarot decks. So, you know, I feel like you've got a good handle on the people that you will align yourself with or hire or whatever. And it looks like there's like maybe like a clearing out of a person or people that are just like not in the best interest for the long term. And the test is if you can do that, if you can make this extraction. Another thing with this total lunar eclipse in Scorpio that I wanted to tell you guys about and talk to you about while we had this chance, since this is coming out this is coming out on Friday, and this happens, the eclipse is Sunday, so you'll be like super into the energy already, is number one, like what becomes outed or coming up to the surface, exposed from deep down, deep within. It can be like an expose feeling, but it can also feel like a loss of privacy or an invasion of privacy. So people will, like, it depends on like where you are and who you are and like what's going on, but it could feel like, because something's coming up to the surface or becoming obvious, it could feel like an invasion of somebody else's privacy. So I feel a lot of that. I feel like things are being exposed through the situation. People are exposing each other, and people are feeling very trampled on through a loss of personal privacy. You might feel like an invasion of privacy. You might feel like kind of violated with whatever is being exposed, or how it's being exposed, or like all of that. So expect privacy specifically to come up. That's kind of what I'm just feeling. Oh, and force. There's something, okay, so okay, let's talk about force for a second here. So Scorpio's got a lot of force. You guys have heard me talk about Sun Pluto people. Amber Heard is a Sun, I think she's she's a Taurus. Sun Pluto opposition. Sun Pluto people got a lot of force. You know, if they wanna smile, they could put a lot of force behind their smile, and it just feels like a lot, you know. Like, but with this lunar eclipse, we're all going to be feeling that Scorpio in us, just like lit up like a Christmas tree. So we can kind of feel like that, like so everything can feel like what you say, what you do, a lot more. What is that? Oh, it's incense. A lot more, look at my bee, got covered all up in the incense. A lot more forceful than we may feel like we're coming across, but we're pretty forceful. Because this eclipse is pretty gnarly, try not to resist it. Try not to resist. Okay, first of all, you try to be conscious of your force that you're using. So don't push. Don't consciously push. Don't consciously be super forceful, because everything's already super forceful. And on the same token, don't resist force that's trying to change you, that's trying to help you let something go by taking it away from you. The more you try to hold on, it's just going to be painful. It's just going to be a thing. So, you know, can you imagine this little girl said, I don't want to ride this horse today. The pressure and the force, even if her dad was like, even if her parents, Rhett and Scarlett, were saying like, oh, you don't have to ride it today, you know that kid, like, you will feel the undercurrent of, I'm saying this because it's the right thing to say, but you need to say, no, I want to ride this horse. You're going to feel that undercurrent. You're going to feel the pressure. Even if they're going to like, oh, it's okay. You don't have to ride it today. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's like that. So let me take a look at this happy part. The Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So if there are any actual children that are in the crossfire of something happening, I'm not taking all of this, we're just going to take the top. Eight of Cups. So if there are any children in the crossfire of what's happening, please keep that in mind, because everyone's just going to see whatever is going to make them feel comfortable and get their ego needs met and get their, wherever they're channeling their force. So Rhett and Scarlet would not be necessarily cognizant of this little girl, of their daughter. Rhett's thinking about his ego, and he's thinking about proving something and proving his power and dominance and just like his own ego needs. Scarlett's just thinking about manipulating Rhett and manipulating the situation and her ego needs. So neither of them are thinking about like this actual child. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this tense, painful, sorry. Let me mute my phone. Thank you. So neither of them are thinking about this little child. So with the Eight of Cups clarifying this is what's going on in the, oh, this beautiful rose gold. Look at it. It's beautiful. Clarifying this. I don't want you to focus on what you're leaving behind. I want you to focus on what your heart is being pulled towards, because it's being pulled towards the right things, the right balance, where maybe you're not taking as great care of yourself, but you will. It depends on like who you are when you check into this reading. So there might be a project, there might be a collaboration, there might be a tribe, a family, a group, or something that you're being led towards. I know. Okay, let's take a look at all this. Let's take a look at the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. Okay. Oh, she wants this deck. That's so funny. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on. The 10 and the 10. 10 and the 10. All right, 10 and the 10 and the Queen. What do we need to know? Thank you. Dang, there's a lot of cards. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords, another Queen of Swords. We have, ooh, okay, this tower is pretty epic. Look at, oh my God. I think, okay, we can't show that. Or maybe that. There's a tower. And we have the Fool. I don't think I've ever gotten the Fool in this deck before. I've never seen this. Yeah, I definitely haven't. I would have remembered this. I would have remembered this little snake. I've never... Okay, that'll be interesting. This is very empowered. Look, because there's other cards where there's people getting it on in the background. Like the Hermit, he's super dejected. But this person is very upright. Stand up. Very confident. Almost like doesn't even see these people in the background, just like doing their own thing. Oh yeah. And the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords, the Fool, the Tower, and the Queen of Swords. This one's pretty cool. I like this Queen of Swords. Look at, she's just like looking at this dude, this picture of this dude, like in her little attic somewhere, and she's got her little thing. Okay. Let's take a look. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Exploring the magic of... We'll do this since you're here with me. Queen exploring the magic of the black candle. Solitude is not death. An undesired partner must be sent away, even at the cost of breaking your own heart. Damn. That's kind of funny. An undesired partner must be sent away, even at the cost of breaking your own heart. But doesn't that imply that you do want them? There's something complicated about this. There's something complicated about this situation. There's something very, very complicated. This is very complicated. Let's keep going because this is only a piece of the puzzle. Did I say puzzle? I think I did. I'm adding it to the list. I'm keeping a list of things I'm not saying right on a Mercury retrograde. That's a gross word. Puzzle. Okay. Let's take a look at the Tower. Okay. The Tower, we know this one. Betrayal. The Doll, a dangerous situation, betrayal, deception, or imminent breakup. Protect yourself from this threat by using all your own resources. Okay, not the one we'd want to see on a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio, because I feel like this sort of increases paranoia, which is something you want to be very careful of. And this is the thing, like any of these, so the excavation energy is bringing things up to the surface physically, of course, but also mentally and emotionally. So very hidden feelings that are ugly and gross, and what's that word? Where they spread everywhere at once. Anyway, notice this energy coming up in yourself and alchemize it into something else. Alchemize it into what did I say on the YouTube? I said it on the YouTube community. Alchemize tension into motivation. That's what I said. Kind of like that. So if it's whatever kind of tension it is, fears, phobias, paranoias, the fear spiraling. The fear spiraling is very real. For me, I had to put a boundary up with myself of how much I was going to read about parasites. I was like, Natalie, we cannot fear spiral. I wanted to do like a parasite cleanse on this lunar eclipse. And I'm like, Natalie, like we need to get a grip here. You know what I'm saying? Like life is changing. So many things are changing. And I think that me personally, just reading about parasites and wanting to just like, I'm choking now. And wanting to, okay, like you get it. So, okay, so we have another piece of the puzzle, and that does, this Ten of Swords. So if you've had a suspicion, if anything's been going on, according to your finances for sure, long-term financial outlook, maybe you want to go with as you're guided. If you're guided to double check someone's work, maybe you've hired someone and you need to, you just like, I think I just want to double check your work. And then you look at the logbooks. And, maybe someone's been like embezzling, or maybe you might get confirmation. Like you might be digging, going through the logbook and find the proof, like in Mad Men or something. Okay, let's take a look at the Fool. That looks I'm really excited about that one. Okay, the Fool. An erotic outburst. Surrendering to love. The magic action frees us from uncertainty, urging us to surrender to love, willingness in spontaneity, and spontaneity in willingness. This really feels like a perfect love, this Fool energy. It's just, okay, that's interesting. So, that's the thing, like with something ending, it's going to start something. So this is, whatever is being excavated and burst at this time, the answer is always love. Love is the only truth. So everything else, paranoia, fears, guilt, jealousies, hatreds, like all of that, frustration, anger, it's like, that's all the conspiracy against the truth, which is love. Love is the only truth. So everything else is just a lie. And if it's a lie and conspiracy, so whatever is coming up, the challenge is going to be to surrender to love. That's how you can wipe the slate clean, you can move forward, you can rebrand, you can revitalize the relationship, you can, but it just can't stay the same as it can't go on life cannot go on as it was before. Like whenever you're watching this, but also of course, like if you're watching this on near the eclipse. Knight of Swords, let's take a look. Taming. The magic of the frogs. Oh, that's right, I said that before. Hunting is an age-old sport. The end justifies the means. But today's prey will be tomorrow's hunter and vice versa. That's right. Okay, so this is my, like, Gomez and Morticia just sort of chasing each other around the house, taking turns being the hunter and the hunted. Sorry, I just wanted a moment to stare. I like thick thighs. Okay, so let's take a look here. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot going on. Let's put this one on top. Okay. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot. You're dealing with a lot. This situation is dealing with a lot. And it's like, but it's over really, something is over really fast. Like there's no going back after something is said, after something is revealed. And then this, be careful. I feel like this could be like an argument since we're connecting it to the overall. And even beneath that is the Knight of Swords. So, these two going back and forth, I don't think they see it from the same viewpoint. God, I really feel like this is an argument about children or a child or a creative project or a business or like a family situation, maybe, like if it's children, but it's definitely something that you care about. Like you want this thing to make it. Here's what I'm going to say. Don't focus on the thing itself. Don't focus on the daughter, on the horse, making the jump. Focus on the feeling you want and release the how. With this Scorpio energy, everyone's going to want to control the how, the mechanisms, the timing, like to over control, to feel more secure or to get your ego needs met. But it's just, I don't think it's going to happen, but it's also just not healthy. It's not like good. So focus on the feeling that you want to feel. Make your decisions, speak and act and behave in love, truth, and integrity, and release everything else. Just let it all go. Let universe continue to change your life, and just trust that you're going to align with the feeling that you want to feel. It just might not look how you want it to look. All right, let's open this up. This big old challenge, all this stuff. It's a lot of energy to work, but that's the point. We're here. Aw, that was funny how it came out. Oh my God, love it. The Ten of Pentacles. This is that, like, oh, look at the back muscles. Damn. That's cool, man. That's super cool. That's cool. So, he's very enamored with her, but she's enamored with herself. And that's the point. What this one says, vanity is the soul of love. Like, look at her. She's just like enjoying her own self, enjoying her own company, reveling in her own image. This is very Empress energy. And because she's doing that, she's getting an outward reflection of what's already happening inside. She's adoring herself and her own life. So that's what's going to be projected out. And because I have a gateway series on my TikTok, but because life and universe is a big hologram, that's what's going to be around her. As other people that appreciate what she appreciates, which is herself and what she's doing. So now you have double 10 of Pentacles too. Desire. The magic of the mirror. Vanity is the soul of love. You must love yourself to let yourself be loved. And you must love yourself before you can love another. Like I've said before, as an example, when adults don't like children, like when they really get under their skin, or they're super child averse, or some like an inordinate reaction to children, it's such a red flag for me that they don't take care of themselves. There's some self-love blockage. You know, when adults bully children, when adults are mean to children, putting down children, it's pretty gross, it's pretty disgusting. But they don't have this. They don't take care of themselves. They don't love themselves. So when you have a little being that's supposed to be loved and supposed to be prioritized like a child, they just can't stand it. They just can't stand it. They just, on a conscious or subconscious level, think about Blanche Monnier. YouTube it. Beautiful girl. Her mom locked her away in the attic. And for like decades. And when she was going to be sent to prison, when it all came out, probably on a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio, that's a deep secret. That's a big one. This mother had such a subconscious jealousy and hatred of her own daughter that she locked her up and made her just not seen and not married and not in the world, that when she was sitting in jail before her trial to go to prison, she died. And she was like, oh, my poor daughter. Oh, that poor girl. Oh, my poor daughter. Like her cognitive dissonance was protecting her ego like in such an extreme way that she had no connection, that the pain and suffering her daughter went through was through her own hand and her own decisions, day after day for like 30 years. She could not mentally, psychologically reconcile that. So when they caught her, she was like, oh my God, my poor daughter, even though she's the one that did that, and then died before the trial, before she could even be like sentenced. But that's because she wasn't loving herself. She wasn't taking care of herself. She wasn't appreciating herself. She was just focusing on how much she hated her daughter. But it was on such a subconscious, deep level. And she was never faced with it until like 30 years later. Probably on a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. That's like a very, like that's digging up like a big, deep secret. So, anyway. So the fact that you got 10 of Pentacles to clarify this, honestly, you got to reconcile this deep, dark thing that's coming up, this Tower moment. You got to talk about it, work it out, and you've got the help of the Fool to just start over. And that's going to be the only thing that gets you through this. But it's a challenge to overcome that ego, that sense of wanting to control and wanting, you know, whoever this emperor is, wanting their own way. So you have to confront it. You have to face it. And you have to wipe the slate clean. You have to say your apologies. You have to forgive. You got to, you know, do all of the things. And that's the way to hold on to this 10 of Pentacles and do what's best for your future. Because some part of it is not going to be the way you thought it was. But it's going to be better. How about that? It's going to be better. But you just... Rhett and Scarlet could have totally made it. Totally made it. But the ego's got in the way. If Scarlet would have just fucking forgot the fuck about fucking Ashley, what the fuck? God. She was so obsessed with him. She was so obsessed. And I wonder if it was just her ego. Like, let Melanie, everyone needs to be the Melanie. Everyone needs to be Melanie. Not Scarlet. Because Scarlet, oh gosh, she just fucked it all up. She just like, her ego, like, she could have like literally had the best life ever. Clark Gable, a beautiful daughter, beautiful home, everything fucking gorgeous. So much of everything. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there's a car beeping. That's someone's confirmation. It's like an underline. So honestly, I'm sorry guys, I'm just feeling very Capricorn. I'm feeling very sober and realistic about all of this. Like, you can totally do this. Just think about the future. Like, pull up for your dream, pull up for your future, pull up for the long term. Like, just meet the challenge. Because it's either going to end completely, or you're going to meet the challenge, start from scratch, alchemize all the energy, and hold on. The only way you're going to hold on to it is if it changes completely. Something fundamentally has to change. But if you do that, then you get your happily ever after. This is so interesting because it's very different from the other two parts of this. I feel like you're gonna, like, the right thing's gonna happen, but for some of you, it's gonna be being more attracted to the right people and situations and vibrations and leaving it behind. And for some of you, it's gonna be like you're gonna be able to refresh the same thing, something that's already been happening. And then some of you are gonna walk away completely. So it's totally up to you guys. So many old movies would have been like totally perfect if they weren't racist. Like Gone with the Wind, another one. Breakfast at Tiffany's. God, Mickey Rooney. Sorry. There's just a lot of ugliness, and if, like, that's just the thing, like, it's just a lot of work and a lot to alchemize. So, like, whatever the ugliness is, you know, that poor little girl, you know, like the example I use, like, you want cheering the daughter on the horse to make it. If you really love it, it's a test. It's a test if you really love it. If you really love it, people say, I love it. I love you so much. I'll do anything for you. I'll do anything for this, for my dream, for my love relationship, for my child. They'll do anything except heal, except forgive, except change themselves. Well, what do you really mean when you say I'll do anything? Because maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not anything. But for some of you it is, and for some of you it's the end. Ducky, find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. I like this energy because this kind of grounds you to focus on what's in your control, to feel like you've got that sense of control. And what's in your control is your physical little surrounding, you know, your little home, your little corner of the world, your physical body, your home in the earthly plane, the home for your soul and your physical body that you're just using for a little bit. When you're done with it, you're going to give it back to the earth. You're giving back your ego, but you're going to take your personality. You're going to take your identity. You're going to take your consciousness with you. You're going to give the body back. You're going to give the ego back. So that's going to provide a lot of relief here. And then you have Meadowlark. Smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. I like it. I like it a lot. Don't judge yourself for whatever ugly things come to the surface, because it's coming up for you to alchemize and to reintegrate back into you, back into your personhood. You can't have who I am. Remember that. Remember that throughout all of this, okay? Okay, I love you guys. Take very good care. Until next time, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.